This content thing is so hard. Having to walk by people in public, people working harder than you just to make a living. There's so many questions that come up. Do I deserve to be able to make content? Do I deserve this lifestyle? How does that fit into the equation, And I really want to walk across this bridge, but I think I'm going to come back across the bridge when we get there. For those of you who don't know, I'm Jakey, Wakey, author, artist, podcaster, creator of the Being a Creator podcast. And just a big thanks to people that have given that a download. A beautiful day here in the park. I don't even know if I can go this way, to be honest. Find out shortly. There's also a giant truck very nearby. We've got to watch our step here. If you go to any other country, be sure to really watch your step. Sidewalks tend to be unfinished, broken. I think it would be nice to be able to talk about wanting your friends to fail. And more importantly, your friends wanting you to fail. Crux of why your friends want you to fail. Then they don't have to have an excuse for why they didn't do it, why they didn't make content, why they didn't create the thing they wanted to create, do the thing they said that they were going to do, or they wanted to do. That's the ultimate reason. And then the short-sighted reason, so they can say they were right. Were your friends right about you? It's kind of depressing, but it's interesting that we do the same thing. We do the same thing to our friends. We secretly want their business to fail, their side hustle, their art. I'm guilty of this. I would say I want them to succeed. Of course you would say that. No. But if they fail, then fail. And you were right. And if they succeed, well, then you're still their friend, right? You get the benefit of saying, hey, I always knew you'd make it. I always knew you'd succeed. I believed in you, even though I didn't reach out to you for years. But hey, how are you doing? How's it going? Miss you, buddy. Damn it. Swaddy Cup. Cup. Good. So they secretly want you to fail, or if you succeed, and they get to brag about how they know you, how they always knew you'd make it. And this content thing is so hard. Having to walk by people in public, people working harder than you just to make a living. There's so many questions that come up. Do I deserve to be able to make content? Do I deserve this lifestyle? How does that fit into the equation, And I really want to walk across this bridge, but I think I'm going to come back this bridge here, across the bridge when we get there. Go walk this way a little bit. Some folks over here. Probably turn around. Let's see. Yeah. There's more shade over here. Look at the shade. For a minute. There's more people. Our generation, I'm Gen Xer, I guess. A lot of us just skipped over making content, like we just forgot. We saw MySpace come and how it became huge, and then we saw Facebook and we were like, we didn't take any of it serious, and we've been on YouTube probably the whole time and never decided to make our own videos, or if we did, we put one out there and just kind of bummed about the video not taking off or not doing very well. And it's really a shame because we've lived life more than the people who are posting right now and making the most noise. They have very little to talk about, in my opinion. Pretty wild. Think about it that way. Got to the point where you complain about complaining. Like, what's there to complain about? Look how nice this is. It's beautiful. Got to take a shot from both sides. It's crazy. Temple behind me. Life here is more simple. It's the same. Gotta work, gotta do something to get fit, make money. The pressure is more low key. I say that. Put up with heat. Just general uncomfort. We take for granted like air conditioning. Not everybody can afford to keep theirs on. Everybody wants to save money so that they have more money. As I get older and older, and having done this for a while, played this game a few times, trying to work harder to make more money seems like a lost cause. Because maybe you scrap a little more together, but then you're so stressed that you need to spend that money on something else to feel better. Whether it's an actual vice or just a vacation or just go shopping. And it's the same everywhere. I think that's why it's important for us, people in our generation, to create content. There's more. It's more to life than just working and dying. I've seen it happen too many times. This has been a pretty peaceful stroll, though, considering the time of day and the temperature it should be. I'm lucky today it's not so hot. It's actually fall here as well. Don't try to figure that out. But it is. I want to try and talk a little more in a slightly more engaging way. Like, so if you've ever posted content, but you didn't get any likes or views or any of that, this makes it all feel kind of hopeless. But it's not about the content. It's just a reminder that you got a lot of work to do. You got a lot to figure out about yourself. Because the pieces of content that I create that seem to do better are the ones where I show up a little more more confident than now. It's where I show up as my best, you know? And so hopefully, at the very least, this is peaceful walk. And you've gained a little bit of insight. And if you want to gain more insight about how I became unstuck at 40, create a bunch of videos, wrote a book, created over an album's worth of music in 1 year, then check out the Becoming a Creator podcast or the book. Something is not wrong with you. If you're curious about the book, there's an entire playlist dedicated to the concepts. So watch one of those videos. Okay, on the way back, just going back the other way, and I just wanted to do a quick recap of why people want you to fail. And again, too, so they don't have an excuse for why they didn't do the things that they want to do. And life just seems to be getting busier and busier, more overwhelming and overwhelming. As you get older, you have more bills, more responsibilities, kids, wife, jobs. So there's a few hacks I found to get around this, still get stuff done. If you want to know more about that, you can also check out that video. And I'm just going to leave with that.
Don't fear the outside, yeah. Love, don't be frightened.